In a lecture at the University of Cambridge, Dr. Searca told a worried audience that scientists have few answers for them.
Since the mass coronal ejection of 2012, the strength of the Earth's magnetic field has increased by a factor of 50,000. This has resulted in huge disturbances in radio and satellite communications, dangerous bands of radiation around the poles, and as we can all see from our window, an aurora borealis that never burns away. Unfortunately, we are stumped as to why this is happening, and if we cannot find an answer soon, it may change the way we live, the way we communicate, even the way we evolve forever.
Dr. Searca went on to say,
"Bought you more electrolytes? Oh, new and improved citrus flavor."
Thanks, Sean.
How do we fix this? How are you the key to everything?
So, a Viking past is a key to...
You're a long way from home, Eivor.
Environmental future? It's an odd choice to think of the Viking past as the way to a environmental future. I mean, the understanding that you can't win the war at home and finding a new one, I get that, but alright, where are we going? We have a map here? No. Alright, I have no idea what we're supposed to do here. Why am I here? I'm obviously looking for something. No tricks to finding stuff. I just have to review the lay of the land. Found nothing in the hole in the water. She cannot climb. Alright. Nope. Not a climber. Alright, see, that's the road out of here. Well, it can't be not on the ground, so I'm going to assume it's going to be on the ground somewhere. Since she's not a climber, not going over the fence, not going over the fence.
Layla, you can't run away from this.
Can't get next to the fence. Alright, can you get any way to the other side of the fence? I guess through the opening in the fence. No! She cannot step over the opening in the fence. Oh my god.
Someone's got mail. An invitation to a fair in Concord. Bring your best crop and you may win a prize. Tempting.
What a weird stance. Okay, I guess you can't go to the other side of the fence. Alright. I can take a hint eventually. What do we got here?
Probably bought this in a coffee shop somewhere in Concord.
Why are we talking about Concord? Well, maybe I do understand what we're talking about Concord. Is that where we're going to end up? As a Viking? In Concord? Near Concord? Well, you can sneak. How about that? Oh. I can sneak up on things. I don't know why. But she knows how to crouch. She can't climb. She can't get over the fence. Alright. With the constant aurora borealis. Still a nice view. Okay, so... I can sit.
I should do this more often. Relaxing.
Well, you're all set for COVID, being all by yourself up here. I can't open my own door.
It's not to play around, but I have bigger things on my mind.
Do you? Like what? Would you tell me? Because I can't find...
Did you
get my tea?
Oof. Mint tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty, minty water.
I don't care what you call it, Sean. Did you buy any?
Of course I did, love.
Hey, sorry about pulling you out. The generator was sputtering.
That's fine. I needed air.
How is the Animus data stream? Comfortable?
Felt pretty stable after a while.
Good. Just give me a sec and you can jump back in.
Another satellite came down. Did you see?
I did. One of Abstergo's.
That's good.
Well, most of North America just lost its GPS service, so depends what you mean by good, really.
Right. Even when we win, we lose.
Okay, we're all set. Whenever you're ready, you can jump back in.
Alright, so I guess we're getting a little bit of the bigger picture. The world is gone to a fart. The environment is destroyed, I'm guessing, by the sounds of it. And the Vikings have the answer.
You mind if I put some music on?
Go for it.
Cool.
Alright, no. Yeah, no music. What do we got here?
That's quite nice. Soothing.
What's on the laptop?
Let's have a look.
Let's see. Mailbox. Thanks for cleaning up. Such professional detail. I'm sure I'll sleep soundly now. I don't have COVID. No. I'm well isolated. I was just talking about COVID. From Ramsey Hess. I don't like the sound of this, Layla, and I don't like wearing this is leading. Not using phones? It's not right. Way too easy to mind. You have my number. I suggest you call it. No, I won't say hello to your parents for you, because doing so would bury me in questions I cannot answer. And to tell father that you no longer work for Abstro would break his heart. That's all he would ever talk about, how his daughter is going to be cutting edge in neuroscience. The man doesn't understand the first thing about what you do or did, and he's still proud. I will not be the one to disappoint him. Is it COVID? Is that why you're being cagey? Something else? Call him, call me, and stop this insane game of hide and seek. I just want to know you're safe, Ram. Good, I'm ready. Alright, I'll let you read all this. This is long and my reading's awful. So just pause, take a minute. You can read through it. Goes through some of the backstory of the outer world. You know, where they're coming from to go back to do the research. Alright, what else do we got? Let's see. English location of notes. Assassin's Bureau. Oh. Or the Hidden Ones, more accurately. They operate in Rome, Britain, between the years 100 and 400 BCE. It's not clear why they left, but the final date corresponds roughly to the Roman exodus of Britain, so I imagine their leaving had something to do with the Empire's retreat. Mission accomplished or loss of faith? Not sure. But we do know it was several hundred years before the Hidden Ones returned to the island. It may be Bisma or Hytham or the first of a half century. From our own archives, I believe there were 6 main bureaus operating in Rome, period. Lincolnshire, London, Winchester, York, Essex, Glasgow. Well, that tells us what we're going to be looking at, isn't it? That's foreshadowing for us. Reading this one's important. These won't be the Saxton's name. Of course not. That would be too easy. So you'll have to read between the lines. Amidst the moral, best notice these about 10 emblems in the simulation. They're dense cluster of data that may screw with your abilities to navigate Evo's memory. Oh, wonderful. That should be exciting. Approach with caution. We don't know what they'll do if they get too close. They may be harmless. They may induce occupant shock or wipe your mind. Hard to say. Best to err on the side of hell no. But if you're curious, well, I warned you. Piece of Eden. We don't know of any Arsal artifacts that you should be looking for specifically, but they're out there. And this was the period they often crop up in legends. Norse and Saxon songs and tales speak of them often, so keep your eyes peeled, especially around Stonehenge. How could they not be an issue site? Sessions report. The transformation of the Order of the Ancients into Templars, as we know them today, has always been a subject of considerable debate among our ranks. We have operated with the assumption that the Templars themselves hold some complete knowledge of this evolve, but at present no concrete historical evidence has made it into our hands. What we do have is mostly a matter of public record, with some exceptions. It is commonly understood that the origin of the Templar Knights dates back to 1119 CE, and this indeed was appearance of a public face of the Templars. However, records assess that the existence of the Templars agent in at least 2 centuries before this date. In one badly damaged document, an assassin's contract from Normandy in the mid-11th century, the author makes free use of the term Templar. An earlier letter, this time from a hidden one in the region of modern-day Dorset, Sia, 970 CE, makes mentions of a Templar spy within the ranks of the Brotherhood. From this, we can safely assume that the Templar Order, as an entry distant from the Order of the Ancients, existed in some point in the mid-10th centuries. With an aim expanded to our understanding of this dark age, one of our agents recently volunteered to delve into the genetic memory to search further clues of this old mystery. Unfortunately, what he discovered was of little use to our purpose. Sean Hastings began the first of 7 sessions on October 5th, 2014. Over the course of the next 3 weeks, he followed various materials and parallel lines into the past, focusing on the 9th, 10th, and 11th centuries in search of assassins or Templars in the bloodline. He found none. One minor interest, however, was the following personage he noted for the particulars of his biography. Alfred Thurvenson, I think that's how you say it, an early 9th century Jute who sailed north from modern-day Denmark on a wooden plank bearing the carving of a map that ported the locations Thor's hammer. Alfred made it as far as the Scavengers before running afoul of a powerful clan there. Alfred was defeated in battle and enthralled as a slave. He escaped his captives some 10 years later and returned to Jutland to marry and settle down. The location of Alfred's map is unknown, and the existence of Thor's hammer, precursed relic, no doubt remains unconfirmed. Alfred's ancestors would later sail to England following the Normans' conquest of the islands, settling what is now called Lothbrok in modern-day Lancaster. The irony that a man named Hastings would contain no useful genetic memory date regarding the Norman invasion of England in 1066 was not lost on our dear subject. Still, he retains his unusual chipper wit and asked if he might next relive the genetic memory of his grandfather to, quote, give a Nazi a proper bullocking. Alright. Weird people. Media. What's this?
A lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Okie dokie. What's this one?
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, my dad has mellowed over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations over time. The stagnation sets in, you know? The fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving whatever goal you set out for yourself. And people start to lose sight of the reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake, and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is, well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process, and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex and Lucy, that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud. I don't normally like touching, but I'll make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can you just turn that off?
Alright, very weird. Very political statement there. I mean, very speaks to the modern age of our presidency today. We elect we fight for freedom of election, freedom of choice, freedom of will, and then we elect a guy who's going against everything about it. He doesn't want free elections. He doesn't want people to vote. Doesn't want the votes really counted. But he's the leader of a supposedly free country where the people have the power. Very political minded for today's issue. Either that or I'm just insane. And I'm seeing it from my own point of view. What do we got here?
Layla, thought you might be interested in this. Conversations that Bex and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences, so, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total prat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway, so turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
Alright, now we know where these are from. What's this one?
Hold on, I'll just set this here.
Do you guys record everything we talk about?
Not everything, but you've been using the Animus so much, I thought this was a good chance to learn some things about prolonged exposure.
So I'm your guinea pig.
No, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They pass quickly, almost without me noticing, like a figure in the corner of my eye, or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination a few days ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret or guilt. And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up, couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief, lasting just a few seconds. They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay, anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh. We'll look into that. And how do you feel in general?
In general? Well, I feel older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts of so many people. I feel like I've lived a few hundred years or more. Is it possible that if I do this for too long, it'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution. It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
You have E-suit DNA, and that lets you see things and do things and withstand traumas that other people can't.
And I can suffer in ways that others can't. That's not something to be proud of.
You mean the apple?
Yeah. It has a pull, Bex. It tugs at my brain. It talks to me, teases me, drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy, God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know, but you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that makes us different, not our genes, not our blood. Anyone can join us.
That's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Isu memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
I think you'd know if you did. Maybe one day. We might be able to induce something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors.
Deal.
With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something.
Way to aim high, buddy.
Hey, you gotta.
All right. Funky memories. My stuff. Pictures. It's the cabin. There's a lot of Arrested Development jokes there about the cabin. Issue manager, messenger. I'll let you read these. Just kind of all. You can pause them on the screen. Take a look at them. Messenger 2. Message 3. Number 4. Five. Oh, that's complicated. Hermes. Oh, this is it's on the cover. Acquired from the Eagle Bearer. Presumed manufactured. Issue singularity age 75-100. 2200 IE. Wow. It's a healing staff. Alright, you can read these just again. You can pause on the screen. Yeah, it's the medical emblem. Oh, I can't read that. Alright. Done with the computer.
I went through hell to bring you here. It had better be worth it.
Alright, what else can we look at here before we go? Oh, we got, it's on the board.
Sean has been busy.
Data fragments sent from an unknown location. Draw a crypted server. Nothing was stolen, nothing corrupt. Just a quick deposit and gone. We got lucky this time. So where is it? Crypted sound file. Voice unknown with the signal beneath it. The signal was coded. Lead us to precise spot here in New England. We dug in. Good Lord, we struck gold. Well, silver. Dominant currency in Dark Ages. Point is, it was a gravesite. A Norse warrior dated 9th century, 10th century AD, a few centuries before the earliest known settlement. This is big news, if we have it right. Question remains, how did these bones get here and why? New England? We're in the States?
Hello, Layla.
Sean, what do you make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
There shouldn't be. It's only blocking outside signals. A passive effect. So the staff doesn't, you know, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year, I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just a few more weeks, yeah? Just until we figure this out.
You're right. I know you're right.
The world ending again. Jeez Louise.
You gonna put this in the fridge, Sean?
Of course. In half a minute.
Remember, tomatoes go on the counter, not the fridge.
Really? I put my... No, yeah, we put our tomatoes on
Please
the
enjoy
counter.
your stay. Remember, all the garbage must be packed out, and please water the plants once a day.
Yeah, I won't remember that.
Of course she won't remember that.
Sean, don't forget to water the plants while I'm under, okay?
I'll add it to the calendar and tattoo it on my leg.
Yeah, you tattoo it on your leg. What do you got over here?
Feeling okay?
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The 2 data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like 2 minds, fighting over 1 brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, you know, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
All right, I clearly gotta play the older version. I have not.
Be nice to sleep in a real bed when this is over.
All right, I think we've searched around long enough. Ooh, I like that chair. Oh, please let me have that chair. Oh, that looks so comfortable. All right. Well, we'll pick this up in the next video. Back in the armistice.
All right, time to go. Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead. Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
We have the transcript. If you're looking for something, I can go and...
I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... that message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing this planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Unsettling, that is.
That pulse in the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.